in the part 6 of the NEET Pin Point questions, we discuss about the topic temporomandibular joint. So let's go through the temporomandibular joint topic once and then try to answer these questions by yourself. First of all, the grinning of the face is produced by the risorius muscle. Main lymph node of the temporomandibular joint is the parotid lymph nodes. Temporomandibular joint is supplied by origotemporal nerve and the mesenteric nerve. Temporomandibular joint is which type of joint? It is the bicondylar variety of synovial joint. Articular surfaces of the temporomandibular joint are covered with which type of cartilage? It is the fibrocartilage. Which muscle is inserted in the articular disc of the joint? It is the lateral pterygoid muscle. Buccinator muscle is supplied by which nerve? It is the facial nerve. Retraction of the mandible is done by which muscle? By the temporalis muscle. Action of the lateral pterygoid muscle is the opening of the mouth. Most common cause of the temporomandibular joint dislocation, it is whenever there is a high blow on the chin where the mouth is widely open. Means whenever mouth is widely open and there is a tight punch or blow on the chin, this is the commonest cause of temporomandibular joint dislocation, or we can say the jawbone dislocation. The most common direction of the temporomandibular joint dislocation, or we can say jaw dislocation, it is the anterior direction. Now, which branches from the posterior division of the mandibular nerve are sensory? They are mental and the mesenteric nerve. Most common nerve block in the dental practices, it is the inferior alveolar nerve. Muscle of the head and neck called as peripheral heart. It is the, remember, lateral pterygoid muscle is known as the peripheral heart. Now, chief elevator of the jaw at the temporomandibular joint, it is the mesenteric muscle. Now, largest division of the trigeminal nerve, it is the mandibular division. Now, infratemporal fossa is located, remember, deep to the ramus of the mandible. Now, infratemporal fossa contains which muscle? They are medial and the lateral pterygoid muscle. Now, infratemporal fossa communicates with which fossa? Remember, pterygopalatine fossa. What are the contents of the infratemporal fossa? They are maxillary artery and nerve, mandibular nerve, chorotympani nerve, uti ganglion, medial and the lateral pterygoid muscles, and the tendon of the temporalis muscle. Now, the roof of the infratemporal fossa is formed by, and also the lateral wall, all the boundaries of the infratemporal fossa are formed by. So, just remember this particular diagram over here. So, over here as you can see, the roof is basically formed by the infratemporal surface of the sphenoid bone, anterior wall by the posterior surface of the maxilla bone, lateral wall by the ramus of the mandible, medial wall by this lateral pterygoid plate and the pharynx, and the posterior wall by tympanic plate and the styloid process or temporal bone. Okay. Now, the roof of the infratemporal fossa is pierced by. So, over here remember the foramen spinosum and the foramen ovale actually pierces the roof of the infratemporal fossa. Now, what passes through the roof of the infratemporal fossa? So, mandibular nerve, meningeal branch of the mandibular nerve, and the middle meningeal artery. Now, infratemporal fossa communicates with, so over here remember it communicates with orbit through the infratemporal fissure, through temporal fossa, through the deep to the zygomatic arch. It communicates with the pterygopalatine fossa through the pterygomaxillary fissure, and also communicates with the nasal cavity. So, over here it basically communicates with the orbit, infratemporal fossa, and the pterygopalatine fossa, and also the nasal cavity through respective fissure and the arches. Now, over here, lateral pterygoid is inserted into. So, it is basically inserted into the neck of the mandible and the articular disc of temporomandibular joint. The lateral pterygoid muscle action. So, it basically opens the mouth, or we can say depresses the mandible, the same thing. Now, the superficial relation of the lateral pterygoid muscle. So, it is a tendon of the temporalis muscle, ramus of the mandible, superficial head of medial pterygoid muscle. Now, all the muscle of the mastication closes the mouth except which muscle? So, over here the lateral pterygoid muscle is the only muscle that actually opens the mouth during the mastication process. Now, largest division of the trigeminal nerve, it is the mandibular division. Now chief elevator of the jaw, it is the masseter. Now what are the features of the pterygopalatine ganglion? Now this particular ganglion is the largest parasympathetic ganglion in the head region. Now this ganglion topographically is related to the maxillary nerve, and this ganglion is secretomotor to the lacrimal, nasal, palatal and the pharyngeal glands. Now deep relation of the lateral pterygoid, it is the mandibular nerve, middle meningeal artery and the sphenomandibular ligament. Now structures emerging through the lower border of the lateral pterygoid, they are middle meningeal artery, lingual nerve and the inferior alveolar nerve. Now structures emerging through the upper border of the lateral pterygoid muscles, so they are masseteric muscle and the deep temporal nerve. The superficial relations of the medial pterygoid muscle, they are lingual nerve, inferior alveolar nerve and the vessels. The maxillary artery arises behind the neck of mandible. The maxillary artery is related to which pterygoid? It is the lateral pterygoid. Maxillary artery enters the pterygopalatine fossa through the pterygomaxillary fissure. Branches of the first part of the maxillary artery. So they are deep auricular branch, middle meningeal branch and the inferior alveolar branch of the maxillary artery. Now branches of the second part of the maxillary artery. So they are deep temporal, masseteric and the pterygoid branches. Branches of the third part of the maxillary artery. So they are posterior superior alveolar artery, sphenopalatine artery and the artery of the pterygoid canal. Now the muscles of the mastication are developed from which brachial arch? So it is from the mesoderm of the first brachial arch. Muscles of mastication are supplied by which nerve? So it is the mandibular nerve. All muscles of mastication are inserted on the ramus of the mandible. Accessory muscle of mastication, they are digastric, stylohyoid, mylohyoid and the geniohyoid muscles. What is temporomandibular joint, or we can say TMJ syndrome? It is, remember, the diffuse facial pain basically occurs over here due to the spasm of the masseteric muscle. Also the headache occurs over here because of the spasm of the temporalis muscle, and jaw ache even occurs over here due to the spasm of the lateral pterygoid muscle. So over here there is the symptoms over here, the diffuse facial pain, headache and the jaw ache, and all of the symptoms are basically due to the all these reasons over here. Now the contents of the pterygopalatine fossa. So they are maxillary nerve, maxillary artery means third part of the maxillary artery and the pterygopalatine ganglion. Now to which do this particular pterygopalatine fossa communicates with? So this particular fossa communicates posteriorly with the middle cranial fossa through the foramen rotundum. It communicates with the pterygoid canal through the foramen lacerum and with the pharynx through the palatovaginal canal, mainly in the posterior part. Okay. Medially, this particular fossa communicates with the nasal cavity through the sphenopalatine fossa. Anteriorly, this fossa communicates with the orbit, and over here, remember, the pterygopalatine fossa communicates with the oral cavity through the greater and the lesser palatine canal. Now, the ganglion of the hay fever is having a content of what? So, pterygopalatine fossa. Now, branches of the maxillary nerve in pterygopalatine fossa, it is the ganglionic branch, posterior superior alveolar nerve branch and the zygomatic nerve branch. Now branches of the maxillary nerve on the face. Okay, so they are palpebral, nasal and the labial branch. Now pterygoid venous plexus drains mainly into maxillary vein. Auriculotemporal nerve supplies what? Temporomandibular joint, external acoustic meatus, or we can say external auditory meatus, and the tympanic membrane. The auriculotemporal nerve arises from two roots, okay, and it basically encircles what? So it basically encircles middle meningeal artery. Now the medial pterygoid, tensor tympani, tensor velli palatine muscles are supplied by what? So by nerve to medial pterygoid, basically supplies these three particular muscles. Now mucosa of the skin covering the buccinators are supplied by buccal branch of mandibular nerve. Okay. Now inferior alveolar artery is actually a branch of first part of maxillary artery. Inferior alveolar artery enters the mandibular canal along with which nerve? So over here, inferior alveolar nerve. So to up till here, we'll discuss about the further topic questions in the further videos. Thank you so much.